in Epworth. I'm specifically saying so because we saw them busy campaigning there, especially Gudagwa Takwire poured a lot of money in terms of campaign. They were drilling boreholes, putting solar systems there, trying, by the way, to fight very hard to win those elections. We know that they also rig. So that drilling of boreholes, that political show that we've been witnessing, especially over these past few days, it was meant to score a political goal. And I'll be taking you through that. Greetings and welcome on your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, guess what, you become the very first one to watch us. So we know that ZANU-PF has announced, in fact, ZANU-PF is ZEC. So ZEC has announced that ZANU-PF won the resoundingly the elections in Epworth. And we know why ZANU-PF is winning there. 3,000 people are not representative of, are not the majority, or they are not anywhere near the actually residents of Epworth. People are just tired of voting. That is the point that I want to underscore. The second point, people know that the man at the helm at the moment is actually after getting a one-party state that would be led by his dynasty. As such, he does not want opposition political party to participate in these crucial democratic activities. So we know there is no viable opposition at the moment. ZANU-PF was contesting against independent candidates that are not known to the people of Epworth, that don't have a political record, and most probably who does not have the resources to match the resources that ZANU-PF has in terms of campaigning. So it was, in fact, in essence, ZANU-PF against its ZANU-PF. But now, how will that victory help especially the Mnangagwa faction to capitalize? Now, if you look at the Epworth by-elections, who funded those elections? It was Gudagwa Takwire. We saw him trying to fix some of the roads, even though there was a lot of sewage that we saw. Obviously, you know, when it comes to ZANU-PF, they think they are cunning. They will always show you what they want you to see. They would not actually show you the whole picture of Epworth. They will show you the development, 2 meters development that they are doing, which would not benefit the entire community of Epworth. And the ulterior motive is to give an impression or a PR that they are doing something for the people of Epworth, and with the mentality of actually scoring votes. But in essence, so now that they have achieved the goal of getting that constituency, and we know that they got it not through democratic means, most probably rigging was carried out. There is no opposition at the moment that can match, in fact, ZANU-PF and defeat it there. I know that the majority of people don't want ZANU-PF, but they had no option. When people have no option, they would rather stay in their houses. So they knew that this was going to be a show of ZANU-PF. And if the viable opposition political party was there, ZANU-PF was going to make sure that they destroy it. The ulterior motive of Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa is for ZANU-PF to actually be in charge of all constituencies in Zimbabwe. Technically, if you look at what is happening in Zimbabwe, it is currently in charge. So this Epworth win, they are going it to actually, they were using it to portray especially the usefulness of Gudawashe Takwire within ZANU-PF. They were using it actually to give an impression that Gudawashe Takwire is an asset to ZANU-PF, and the Mnangagwa faction may use this incident to actually justify Mnangagwa co-opting him, recommending him for the Politburo, and actually using actually the process they have used to co-opt individuals like Professor Mthuli Ncube, as well as others, whereby a waiver would be issued on that particular individual. That is what they are looking forward to do. But now the controversy around Gudawashe Takwire is that the other faction understand why Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa is bringing Gudawashe Takwire specifically to the ZANU-PF Central Committee. They understand that he is bringing him to take over from retired General Chwenga. They understand the deep-rooted politics which is against their interest by Gudawashe Takwire being allowed to be co-opted to the Central Committee. That is why you would see individuals like Chris Mutswangwa, you would see individuals like retired General Chwenga being confrontational on Gudawashe Takwire because they understand exactly what his political goal is when it comes to ZANU-PF, and why Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa is bringing and resuscitating Gudawashe Takwire. I have actually indicated why Mnangagwa would prefer the presidency from Gudawashe Takwire rather than retired General Chwenga. Has done a lot of unforgivable things, specifically to retired General Chwenga. And also, you know, this thought is just coming to me that an individual like Grace Mugabe may be surviving. I could have actually underscored that point on the previous, may be surviving under Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, not because of the mercy of Mnangagwa, but because of retired General Chwenga. He may actually be protecting Grace Mugabe and telling Mnangagwa not to go after Grace Mugabe. Otherwise, Grace Mugabe did a lot of unforgivable things, especially to Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. And Mnangagwa would not actually love to see Grace Mugabe not going unpunished. Look at what he's doing to Walter Mzembe. This is exactly the feeling of Mnangagwa to Grace Mugabe. But certain chefs within the military may have told Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa that Grace Mugabe is a no-go area. Maybe that is why Grace Mugabe continues to survive and conduct very expensive parties as she is doing. She was left with a lot of money. Who knows that blue roof, how much gold is in that particular house? Who knows the investments that were made by Robert Gabriel Mugabe outside the country, obviously put under the name of Grace Mugabe. They have got even houses outside the country. You may not even know all their properties, maybe all over. I can attest to you that these are rich individuals because of the monies they got from the taxpayers' money. So in essence, this victory is going to be politically used, the Epworth victory, by the Mnangagwa faction to prove that they did win this constituency because of the assistance, because of the efforts that were done by Gudawashe Takwire. That is why you would see ex-trolls of the Mnangagwa faction really saying a lot of good things about Gudawashe Takwire, especially when he was carrying whatever bowl installation, whatever solar installation, very primitive things that people can actually do for themselves, but because of the nature of the economy, because of lack of opportunities, that is why people would see that as a development. But otherwise, from where I stand, you can see in my background there, I'm using a solar system that is a lithium battery and an inverter that is quite strong. I don't need electricity from anyone that can supply me. Even now, this live broadcast is made possible because of that. It's not something amazing, but if you go and actually put such a system for the community, people would actually be happy and celebrate this and magnify it as something that is it's insignificant development in my view. These are things that can be done by individuals. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you can be the first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the subscribe plus button so that you become part of our members, or the join button, and also you can equally financially support us by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Please look out for my album, which is coming very soon. I'll make that announcement, and I'm looking and pinning my hopes on you that you will support it. I've done a good work. I've done my part. It will be up to you also to do your part in terms of supporting it.